Hey everybody, today we're going to paint some minions on Toby. Yay. I'm starting out with a 1/2-inch flat low Cornell brush, and I'm loading it up with the yellow cake that comes in Anna Lee's Hero palette. You can use any monochromatic yellow to orange cake. And we're just going to paint these kind of arch shapes over the forehead, and I'm kind of varying the heights of all of them. If you don't like the coverage, just go over it again. And I'm making sure my brush is positioned, of course, so that the orange is on the outside and yellow in the center. Now I'm going to take a makeup remover wipe, and I'm just going to remove dots where I want the eyes to be. You can skip this step if you want. But this is a way to make sure that your whites of your eyes stay really nice, bright white by removing the paint underneath them. And a wipe works well, as you can see. You can also just use a clean dauber as well. Okay, so if you have little boys at home, you probably have Nerf Darts laying around. It dawned on me one day that these would be a handy tool for face painting. So you can see here I have some paint on this one. You can cut them into multiples and put them on the end of your dauber. So if you have a dauber of this size, I used to sell these, but I'm out right now. I'm trying to get more, but if you can find them like this, the size it fits inside of a Nerf Dart, you can have a round dauber on one end, and then you can have this circular stamp on the other that's perfectly sized to go together, and I'll show you how to use this. I use it a lot in my jewelry too. And to make my Minion Goggles, I'm going to just mist the little stamper and the paint, silver paint, and just load it up on the Nerf Dart end, and then just simply press and twist. And now I'm creating that perfectly uniform silver trim to my Minion Goggles. I'm just going to go over it one more time here so it's nice and opaque. Now we're going to use the foam dauber end, which we already know is going to be perfectly sized to fit inside of the goggle because it fits inside of the Nerf Dart. Loading it up with white and just pressing and twisting in the center of each of those goggles to create the whites of their eyes. I'm going to use an even smaller dauber for the pupils. You can use a dotting wand or just a round brush too and paint them. I like to use these daubers when I have a lot of dots to make and I want to just make them quick and uniform. Next I'm going to take my number 1 or number 2 round brush, load it up with black for all of the outlines. I start by just outlining the overall shape, and then we'll go in and add more details. All of these minions have slightly different hairstyles, so we'll add their hair with a little flick of the brush and the black band that holds their goggles onto their heads. Few more hairs up there, and then their smiles. And you can leave them as is, or you can go ahead and outline the goggles themselves as well if you like that extra bit of contrast. And you have a kid who's sitting nice and still like Toby here, you can add a little bit more detail to the outlines. And a design is never done for me until I have added some white highlights. This is again my fine round brush loaded with white, and we're all done. Thanks, Toby.